I told Lush.
That makes a lot of sense.
So Lush told the guilty guy.
If I'm not mistaken, or I might have told. I actually think I told AD as well, and I think I told T-Rel.
Well, that makes more sense because when I'm watching the stream yesterday, because I consume a lot of media from the No Jumper universe, so I'm watching Community yesterday. He's like, "Oh, Cord is replacing me," or something like that, and then Pun goes, "Who the fuck is Cord?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit, man! I'm about to get packed out in our own Community merch. Like this is crazy." And then I swear, I even picked out a hat. Like I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna end up on Community. I might as well bring my Community hat."
Oh my god! Get this motherfucker signed. We need a contract ASAP.
That shit is crazy, man. Because like I'm just watching it, man, and I ended up with 100 followers overnight and stuff like that.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I thought it was gonna be because I was funny, not because I'm in the middle.
In the
of
long
some
run,
shit.
it will be because you're funny. In the short term, it will be because of all this bullshit.
Word.
So let me ask you this: like, if you obviously the live stream thing, it's a live situation. That's kind of like you said. That might have been maybe what accelerated them talking about it on Community the way they did.
Yeah, because if I think AD's plan was to not talk about the plans for the Tuesday show on Community,
Maybe control the narrative a little bit more.
Yeah, or he was going to talk about it, but he was going to be kind of vague and just say like, "Okay, Adam decided to go in this other direction or whatever." And then once I had the conversation with Lush on camera, that kind of opened the floodgates for AD to feel like he could talk about this on Monday. And I mean, T-Rel had already talked about it on his shit as well. So
is this guy like actually fired?
Yeah.
Just not like in what you saw on camera. I feel like all of that shit happened after something like that.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been talking to Lush privately, and he wrote me a short novel earlier today, and I told him, I'm like he still wants to work with the channel and stuff. I told him, like, I can't trust you anymore. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of that dude's like, identity is wrapped up in the No Jumper. I feel like anytime I watch him, he's just like, he's on the shit, man.
In a way that was kind of different to me because, like, I remember there was a situation that played out a few months ago, right, where him and Flakko and Gina and Suspect were all going to be on the stream, right? And there was a ton of talk in the Reddit at that time, talk that I still don't know what the fuck I think of, but they were basically talking about maybe Flacco's not from where he says he's from. He's not really from North Dakota. He's from Delaware. He's from Pennsylvania, whatever. And I just told Lush, I'm like, bro, everybody's talking about this. You should raise this issue with Flakko, right? You should talk to him about it. And Lush ended up, in my opinion, kind of like antagonizing the situation longer and more than he had to. Like, there's a lot of different ways in which you could have that conversation with Flakko on camera. I ended up feeling like the vibe of it was a little bit cruel and like definitely like, but then Lush also kept throwing me under the fucking bus during it, saying, "Oh, Adam wanted me to have this conversation." I feel bad, but Adam told me that he wanted me to have this conversation, which honestly, that kind of started to make me feel like this dude's a snake because you are your own man. I just told you to have the conversation with him. And then I was telling him as well, like, if there's somebody that you have to call, like there was people who wanted to talk about him or whatever, I'm like, bro, just call him. Like, just get their thoughts on it or whatever. And like, in retrospect, I don't think that was necessarily a good idea just because me trusting Lush to be able to have that conversation in a mature, responsible way might have been a little bit much to ask him at that time. But like that was an example because in the fallout from that, there was a shitload of people who were super mad at Lush and was basically like really, really angry at him and talking about it in the Reddit and everything and just saying like, this guy's a fucking dickhead. Why did he do this to Flakko? And keep in mind that like Flakko had been public enemy #1 in the Reddit the week before that. But then all of a sudden he became like a sympathetic figure because of the fact that Lush went through this whole thing calling him out or whatever. But either way, like after that,
it's like wrestling, dude.
Yeah, dude.
In my opinion,
it's like Flakko, like he turned babyface.
Yeah, I've been thinking of quite a few wrestling metaphors in my head as well.
I was about to say that shit changed Flakko for the better, man.
For sure. Because people hated, like for real, hated that dude. I remember like when he interviewed the camera guy and the dude spit on him. I think I hit you. I was like, who the fuck is this Flakko guy you got on this show? This new guy's a fucking goofball. But then he like DM, he's like, bro, you're fucking a legend. Like, I'm like, oh, this guy's like a sweetheart, you know? Like,
nah, and that's one thing I love about Flakko. He's not scared to tell another man that he's doing good. It's a lot of pride in like just, existing.
I saw a video yesterday. He's just eating Pringles.
Oh my God, right?
like,
why do you have Pringles?
He's like, shit, he just had them ready. He's like,